The result of the fact that they don't even teach us history. We don't know how bad things has gotten. We don't know how backward we are. So in order to fact check my opinion and perspective regarding why they don't teach us history, I proceeded to ask ChatGPT that what are the effects of on people when the country doesn't teach its people about history. So I have this point. You will understand that this thing is actually an intentional act with this point. The very first one is people repeat past mistake because they don't know what happened before. And I can categorically tell us that this is very true about Nigeria. This is why we see our parents, the mistakes that our parents made, the mistakes that their own parents made are the same mistake they make and even worse. And now we are even making a bigger mistake than them because even our parents, they still somehow know a bit about a good system of governance. But we don't even have a taste of it. And we feel it is the normal thing. We think it is the normal way to live. Because then if you go to school, if you are able to go to school, you have a career, you can easily get a job, you can go abroad to study. There are religious programs that sponsor most of them to go abroad to start a career, build up all of this. But now our own current state, you go get BSc, you no get job. You go say, okay, maybe you do masters, still no job. Do PhD, nothing is promising. And even if you get job, even if you are able to find a job in this present time, the pay self is not even worth anything. But our parents, they somehow do what? They still enjoy these things to some extent, even though as at that time to them, so they still they complain. And even their own parents still had a better pool of opportunity. Our parents were able to run an household with just their salary. They didn't even need to own a business, and they were able to run a family of 3, 4 with what they were earning. But now, even as a youth, you get 9 to 5. There is a trend. There is a particular trend on Twitter now. We wear different hats or something. Somehow, fine, it is good, but that thing is not a flex. You are doing 9 to 5. Only one person. You are doing 9 to 5. You are doing WhatsApp business. You are doing chef. You are doing model. You are doing fashion designer. You are doing work from home, and still we are still unable to save up any tangible thing at the end of the year. We are still unable to live a good life. The result of the fact that they don't even teach us history. We don't know how bad things has gotten. We don't know how backward we are. We don't know how backward we've become. Secondly, leaders can manipulate people more easily because citizens cannot check if what they are being told about the past is true. We have so many debates on Apple Abacha, all of those things. We don't even know if these things are true. So they easily perch on these things and use it to manipulate us. That is why we keep recycling the same set of leaders. We just keep moving in circle. They keep using the same strategy, this blah blah blah, all of this. Because if to say we know, say now this thing they do for our grandparents, now they do for our own parents. We by now, I don't think there will be any reason for any average or reasonable Nigerian should be enticed or should be impressed with any government or any politician approaching them with bag of rice or whatever. Another point, people lose sense of identity and may not understand their culture or where their country came from. And this is very true. Imagine us growing up in our own schools, even in our homes. They tell us our own language is vernacular. Plenty of us, we just even speak our language. We don't even have an understanding or the in-depth of our language. But we are very much interested in learning big, big grammars. Some of us, we cannot even prepare our own local dishes. We don't know, we've not visited our origin. in the longest time. Some of us don't even know where we originate or we shall know say yes. We just grow, we just dey grow up for one community and we feel that is normal. Another one, citizens may not understand their rights and government, which can weaken democracy. Abeg, where is the lie? Plenty of us, we don't even know our rights. And even those that claim to know their rights, we don't even know how to use it to our own benefit. Because they have somehow instilled fear in us and make us feel like, oh, if you do this thing, this will happen. If you do this thing, this will happen. But plenty of us, we don't even know the things that are in our constitution. The basic human rights, plenty of us, we don't even know it. We don't even know it. And lastly, critical thinking becomes weaker because history helps people learn how to analyze events and decisions. And I think this is the most important one because plenty of us we know they think this our own generation. Fine. Okay, I think maybe we are improving now. People are starting to ask questions. But growing up, critical thinking wasn't something that was rampant. We just go with the flow. We just go with the trend. Anything they tell us, Ghana was good. Anything they tell us, we just dive with it. We don't ask questions. So it is important that we go back to our roots and start paying attention and start asking questions why our society is the way it is today. If we want a change, then let it start with us. Let it start with you and I. It is not going to happen overnight. It is not going to be easy. But then it is important that we lend our voice and we what do our own part. I'll see you on the next one.